John Wick, as a character, embodies several traits that align with Stoic philosophy. Here are some key Stoic traits exemplified by John Wick and what we can learn from them. Emotional resilience. Mr. John Wick, despite his immense personal loss and suffering, he endures patiently. Mr. Wick remains composed and focused. He does not let his emotions overwhelm his actions. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining emotional equilibrium in the face of adversity. By staying calm and collected, we can make better decisions and navigate challenges more effectively. Purposeful action. Mr. Wick acts with clear intention and purpose. Every action he takes is deliberate and aimed at achieving his goals. His every move is to bring him closer to his destiny, his goals. Stoicism emphasizes purposeful action and living in accordance with one's values. By being intentional and mindful of our actions, we can lead a more meaningful and directed life. In an era of distraction, Mr. Wick can teach us to stay intentional in every act, every move. You must always proceed with a clear purpose, else chances of going adrift will always weigh heavy on your frail and vague intentions. Endurance and perseverance. Mr. Wick demonstrates extraordinary perseverance and endurance, continuing his quest despite numerous obstacles and setbacks. Mr. Wick famously said, "Whoever comes, whoever it is, I'll kill them. I'll kill them all." Vigo is a witness to John Wick's abilities. Thus he says, "I once saw him kill 3 men in a bar with a Hefking pencil." This evidently shows that Mr. Wick has a firm and undeviated ability to endure hardship and persist in the face of difficulty. By cultivating resilience, we can overcome challenges and remain steadfast in our pursuits. You don't need a galaxy of resources to absorb setbacks and losses in life. You just have to put a tough fight with whatever scarce resources you have got in your toolbox. You have to fight with perseverance and allow no thought of leaving the battlefield. Even if you lose the battle by any chance, people will always remember there was someone who gallantly fought on the battlefield and lost. But he showed no sign of a weak person and conceded defeat with utmost dignity. Acceptance of fate. John Wick accepts the circumstances of his life, including the death of his wife and the loss of his peaceful retirement, and deals with them head-on. Stoicism teaches the concept of amor fati, love of fate, which involves accepting and embracing whatever happens. By accepting our fate, we can focus on what is within our control and find peace in the present moment. Mr. Wick firmly believes in consequences. This teaches us that the only way forward in life is to accept the consequences of your actions. Your actions decide your fate, undoubtedly. You cannot control your fate, but you can take charge of your actions, and by doing so, you can tilt the scale of consequences in your favor. Self-control. John Wick exhibits remarkable self-control, even when provoked. He remains disciplined and does not act out of blind rage or impulsiveness. He demonstrates remarkable emotional resilience, particularly in the face of personal tragedy. After the loss of his wife and the killing of his beloved dog, he channels his grief and anger into focused action, rather than allowing these emotions to paralyze him. His ability to function and carry out his objectives, despite immense emotional pain, showcases his resilience. While John Wick operates in a highly stressful and dangerous environment, he maintains a calm and composed demeanor. This level-headedness under pressure suggests a mastery of self-control that allows him to manage stress and anxiety effectively, focusing on his goals without being overwhelmed by fear or panic. Throughout the series, John Wick is acutely aware of his capabilities and limitations. He understands the consequences of his actions and the nature of the world he is part of. This self-awareness helps him make calculated decisions and anticipate the moves of his adversaries. Self-control is a key Stoic virtue. By exercising self-discipline and controlling our impulses, we can make rational decisions and maintain inner tranquility. In Stoic philosophy, the ultimate goal is to live in accordance with nature, which involves understanding the natural order of the world and our place within it. This alignment requires recognizing what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and what lies beyond our control, such as external events and the actions of others. By exercising self-control, we focus our energy on what we can govern, thus minimizing the emotional turmoil caused by external circumstances. Self-control enables us to cultivate an inner fortress of equanimity. It allows us to respond to life's challenges with calm and reason, rather than with emotional reactivity. When faced with adversity, a Stoic practices self-control by maintaining composure and reflecting on the nature of the obstacle. This reflection often reveals that external setbacks are indifferent, and that their impact on our well-being is determined by our perception and response. Self-control empowers us to be the masters of our own emotional states rather than being at the mercy of external circumstances or fleeting feelings. This sense of autonomy enhances our self-esteem and confidence as we recognize our capacity to govern our reactions and maintain our equilibrium. Emotional turbulence can cloud our judgment and decision-making. By maintaining self-control, we can keep our emotions in check, allowing for clearer, more rational thinking. This clarity helps us make better decisions and approach problems with a calm, focused mind. Integrity and honor. John Wick operates with a strong sense of integrity and honor, adhering to a personal code even in the morally ambiguous world of assassins. Despite the lawlessness surrounding him, he maintains a steadfast commitment to his principles, respecting agreements and following through on promises. His actions are driven by a pursuit of justice, seeking retribution for wrongs done to him while upholding his own moral standards. Wick's interactions with allies and former associates are governed by loyalty and respect, showcasing his dependability and earning mutual respect. This unwavering adherence to his personal code, even in the face of extreme danger, exemplifies the Stoic values of maintaining integrity and acting with honor. By staying true to his principles, Wick builds a life of virtue and self-respect, demonstrating how inner strength and consistency in one's beliefs can lead to a fulfilled and respected existence. His character serves as a compelling example of the power of maintaining one's principles, embodying the Stoic ideal of aligning internal values with external actions. Detachment from external goods. John Wick shows a degree of detachment from material possessions and external validation. His primary concern is with his internal code and personal values. John Wick does exhibit strong attachments, particularly evident in his profound grief over the death of his wife and his deep bond with his dog. These relationships are intensely personal, transcending mere material connections and touching upon the core of his emotional world. His quest for vengeance after the killing of his dog signifies a deeply emotional response tied to his memories of his wife, reflecting a strong, albeit understandable, attachment to these external entities. However, Wick demonstrates a notable detachment from material possessions and societal status. He is not motivated by wealth, power, or external validation. His minimalist lifestyle and focus on personal principles over material gain illustrate a key Stoic value: the recognition that true contentment comes from within, not from external wealth or accolades. His disregard for the opulence and temptations of the criminal underworld further underscores his internal orientation. While Wick's attachments to his wife and dog are significant, they do not overshadow his commitment to his internal code. His ability to channel his grief into a purposeful mission, maintaining composure and discipline, demonstrates a stoic resilience. This balance between personal attachments and inner strength exemplifies a stoic approach to dealing with life's inevitable losses and challenges. Facing death with dignity. Throughout the series, John Wick faces the prospect of death with courage and dignity. He does not fear death, but accepts it as a part of life. We find profound resonance in the character of John Wick and his stoic approach to death. In his unwavering demeanor amidst life's adversities and the constant specter of mortality, Wick embodies the stoic ideal of facing the inevitable with courage and resolve. Through his example, we are reminded that death is not to be feared but embraced as a natural part of the human experience. By acknowledging the fleeting nature of life, we are compelled to live each moment with purpose and virtue, mastering our beliefs and emotions to find true fulfillment. Just as John Wick refuses to let death control him, so too can we take control of our own lives, building mental boundaries and focusing on what truly matters. In embracing death, we find the key to living a life of meaning and fulfillment, grounded in the present moment and committed to making the most of our time on this earth. As we bid farewell to the world of John Wick, let us carry with us the timeless wisdom of the Stoic philosophers. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Much like John Wick, we too possess the power to navigate life's challenges with resilience and grace, not allowing external circumstances to dictate our inner peace. Seneca reminds us, life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Let us emulate John Wick's commitment to excellence in every endeavor, living each moment with purpose and integrity. And in the words of Epictetus, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." Like John Wick, let us focus not on what we lack, but on the blessings we have and the opportunities before us. In the end, as we reflect on the Stoic lessons gleaned from the journey of John Wick, let us embrace the inevitability of death as a motivator to live fully and virtuously. Let us cultivate the strength of character and resilience of spirit that define both the Stoic philosopher and the legendary assassin. For in embracing the Stoic virtues, we find not only the path to inner peace and fulfillment, but also the courage to face life's challenges with unwavering resolve.